everyone, welcome back to RTS and welcome back to our September Spending Freeze freebie. And I have a couple free things for you today. I'm so excited to share them with you. So grab something to drink or do something as you listen to me talk and talk. But anyways, we have a couple things to cover. And the first thing is we always check in, how is your spending freeze working for you? And I will tell you, mine's going along just as it normally is, except for one thing. My hubby keeps buying me gift cards because I made the mistake of telling him and asking him about this year-long spending freeze, and he really doesn't see the purpose in it, but I do. And I will talk more about that at the end of the year as I have went through all the months and what I found. But I will tell you, sometimes sharing what your spending freeze is with other people is a good thing. And sometimes I think it's a bad thing because most people in my family know I'm on a spending freeze. So when they buy me something, I think they're buying me something bigger than what they normally would have bought because I'm on a spending freeze. So I think that's backfired in a sense for me because of the amount of stuff I still have been bringing in for this year. But I have also been working on my space, and so I've had a purge recently. So that's been, that's been welcome too. But I will say at the end of the year, we'll talk more about that. But sharing sometimes with a spending freeze, do you do that? Do you share with others that you're on a spending freeze outside of the crafty world? Inside scrapbooking, we share everything with everybody because we understand each other and we get it. And so I don't know if I will share my plans with hubby next year because every time we go somewhere, he's handing me money for a gift card. And, I don't want to hurt his feelings because he likes to shop, but at the same time, I don't need anything. And that was the whole reason for me to go on a spending freeze. But again, I will talk more about that at the end of the year, how that worked and did not work for me. But then how does that work for you? Please share below. Do you share with your family members? Are you on a spending freeze? And if you do they help you or do they hinder you? And so I think what all it is for my hubby is I think he thinks that I'm missing out when I don't go to certain stores when we go on travels and things like that. I'm really not, because I have a lot. And so that brings me to my next point. When you get to your space, however big or small your space is, that's different for everybody. You also have to determine how much inventory or stash you want in your space. And so for some people, they want every container and box and bin filled to the brim. Some people want a very small amount. I am in the middle. I have a moderate amount. I don't have a small room, but I don't have a big room, and I don't have a big inventory, and I don't have a small inventory. I'm in the middle for everything. And so that is just something I learned over the years for me when it came to how much I want to have, is that I want to have options, but I don't want overload, because a lot of you know that my brain continuously moves and moves and moves with a lot of activity, and so I don't want a lot of stuff to bog me down, but I want options. I like to have options. So that is something to think about when you're in a spending freeze and you're working through a spending freeze or considering a spending freeze. It really is personal decisions how much you want to have and how much you can allow yourself to have. And I always say the easy thing is to start out with an allotted space. Say, this is the bin I'm going to have for thickers, this is the basket I'm going to have for punches, and just let that be the allotted space. And once it's full, it's full. And then the other back end of that is that when you are purging, because we're going to talk about purging in just a minute, is that you can get yourself a bin or a basket, or a box, or a container, or a cubby hole, or a cube unit, and say, okay, whatever fits in this unit, whatever fits in this basket or bin, this tote, that will be the allotted amount I'm keeping, and so that means you have to purge. And so that's what I recently did with some items, and I'll be talking about that. So I have these papers in front of you because as I've been going through things in my space, it never ceases to amaze me how much we have and what we have and where we have it, and we forget about all of that. Here are some October afternoon stickers. If you would have said that I owned these, I would have never known I owned these. And I don't even know where they were, but I know they weren't in the right place, but I didn't even know I owned them. That is crazy. And then also, too, with this October afternoon paper, ducks in a row, this little piggy. I mean, that's too cute. Love that. That's too cute. I didn't know I owned that paper. And this one here, I completely even forgot that I wanted to be playing with this paper. I absolutely wanted to frame that someday. And so this is just a little bit of a visual lesson as I've been going through my space in the recent probably a couple months, probably 6 weeks. I've just been taking my time with it. Is that you just come across things, and I will say, if you want to stop buying, even for just a bit, start organizing what you already have, and then you start to look. And I mean, really, you really get into those baskets and those bins and those cubby holes and those boxes and those totes. Well, yeah, you have a lot more than you think. And so I have had things I don't even know I have. And I think I pretty much know how much I have. It's interesting how that happens. But as I was looking through some things and got some recommendations on my iPad the other day, I came across this article, and I will have it listed below. And it's from the website called Budget Dumpster. I don't even know what the website's really about, but they had a complete, a very thorough guide about purging and decluttering, and it had so many tips, and I was just glancing through it, and I really don't have a problem with purging. If something is not enjoyable to me or it gets in my way, it's out of here, baby. I don't hold on to it. I just never did. And so some people have trouble with that, some people don't, and I will tell you the best thing you can do for your children is to teach them the art of purging and why it's beneficial to purge, because then they won't run into that problem later. And so they had a quote on that article. It said, "The mess causes stress." And I couldn't agree with that more, because as I was moving some furniture in my space, and I basically had to move some items from one end of my room to the other side of the room, and just having to move one pile to move the other pile, having it all in a pile, I was almost like hyperventilating, because I don't like that kind of stuff. I don't like piles and stress and things like that. And I thought, I couldn't imagine if my space was like this continually. There's no way you would want to come in and craft and make cards and do scrapbook layouts if your space is a mess. So think about that. The mess causes stress. So think about that. There's nothing wrong with purging, but then along with that, I think sometimes people can purge too much. And so if you're not sure, keep it. Revisit it down the road. Okay, so that's what I want to talk about. Now let's talk about something free, because you know I have so much fun about that. I just put this here because I just wanted you to have something pretty to look at as I was talking. But one thing I do want to talk about, as if you are organizing or done organizing, or if you just want to focus on using what you have because you forgot what you have, there is an awesome challenge going on right now at the Facebook group, Bash Your Scrapbook Stash. I'll have the link below. And those gals are right now, they're doing a spotlight on the 4for4 series here at RTS. So definitely hop over. And what I really, really love about this group, and you can see right here what it says: we are a no stress, no buying, no selling, no enabling, and no hauls. And so this is really a place you need to check out. This is a group you need to join. I don't join a lot of Facebook groups because that's not my thing, but that is one of them that I really truly I pop in every so often, because they truly do what they say they want to do: bash your scrapbook stash. And so they share a lot, but they don't show hauls, and they don't show what people are buying. I do believe they show organizing things, but it's not about, I don't even know if they do that. You'd have to look into that, but it's just, it really is focused on using what you already have. I can't say that enough. You really need to check that out, especially if you want to enter a spending freeze, or you're in a spending freeze, or you want to continue your spending freeze. You need to hang out with like-minded people, and that Bash Your Scrapbook Stash, that's exactly where you need to head to. Okay, so let me show what is up free for today, because I'm going to have this information listed below, is that we are going to head over to the website One Canoe 2. And I have no idea how I happened to find this, but over One Canoe 2, they have a lot of free things, and I'm going to show them to you. So all you have to do is turn on your printer, and you can enjoy these, and then also to a gift idea. Holidays are coming up. You know we need that. So they have these envelope seals, which I think are just too adorable. And sometimes on my holiday tables, I will have little goodie bags. And I thought this would be such a cute way to just use a little circle punch, especially for the Thanksgiving. They even have Halloween ones, but all you do is just print this, and I have it on cardstock, which is what they recommend. They said sticker paper, but I don't have sticker paper. You just use some ATG, and you could also put this on the back of envelopes, but you could also use this as a little sealer for your goodie bags. The other thing they had was holiday table place cards. I mean, how cute is this? And then, of course, you would just cut those out. And then I would cut this out as one, and I would cut this out as one. I wouldn't cut this line right here. I would absolutely fold on that line, and then you could write the person's name on the front and write a little message with a little heart on the back for those people. Because when anybody sits down at your table and they're looking at their placeholder, they're always picking it up and flipping it over. So why not put a cute little message on the back? Is that not too fun? Thank you, One Canoe too. So then the other thing that they had was, and I can't even believe they offer this, okay? But they have these bookmark printables. And if you know anything about One Canoe too, they're known for their beautiful images. I mean, they're just beautiful artwork. So what you would do is, of course, put this on cardstock. This is what I have, not copy paper. And then you would trim or cut along the dotted line. And I have some already cut here to show you what they look like. They're just beautiful images. Now, another thing that if you're for gift giving, you could print out a set of these or even 12 of these, laminate them, and I think they even said that somewhere down at the bottom. Simply download, print, and cut along the dotted lines, and then print on cardstock or laminate. And so, yes, you could definitely laminate. And then also, too, you could punch a hole, add some ribbon, add some tassel. You gals are so talented when it comes to tassel charms. You could do that. You could really make this into a nice gift set and then give it along with a nice book. Absolutely. And then also, too, you could add some washi and do things like that. And then also to break out your bling, just a little bit of flat bling. You could always put some bling on this artwork as well. And the other thing I wanted to show is that you could absolutely use that beautiful artwork and put it right inside your Bible for Bible journaling. Look how nice that fills up that margin. And then you could just absolutely put a title over top of that and then do some journaling on the side. Look at this beautiful pieces. Now you could cut this out. Now I cut this a little closer inside the dotted line for the Bible journaling tip-ins. I think that's what they call them, because you could absolutely use washi. And you would run washi right along here, and then it's called a tip-in, and then you open it up, and that's where you could do more journaling. That's a tip-in, or you could just use them for bookmarkers in your Bible. But then also, too, you could take your scissors and follow more along inside the image if you don't like that white border. Some people don't, and you could put it in just like that. Again, using it as a tip-in, or what I would do, I don't really do tip-ins in my Bible journaling. I would just secure that in there, adhere it down. I would use the white because I like things matted. Put that in there just like that, and I would put a title right on top of that and just do some Bible journaling. So a lot of options. Just because they say bookmarkers, they're not just for bookmarkers, but you could also turn that into a nice little gift set along with giving a book, a box of tea, box of cocoa. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, now if that wasn't enough, I got more to show you from One Canoe too. Is that they also have something else you can print, and that is some, how do I say? I don't want to say clip art, framed art. Yes. Okay, so here's one of them, and this is what it is. A heart is not judged by how much you love, but how much you love others. And so that's from the Wonderful Wizard of Oz. And so you could, this is just printed on cardstock as is. I didn't do anything to it. And you would just give a little bit of margin down here, a little margin up here, put it in a frame. And the thing I like is that you could do a set of these because they had different ones. This one is by Emily Dickinson. Forever is composed of nows. And what else? They had another one. When you give cheerfully and accept gratefully, everyone is blessed. That's true, by Maya Angelou. And then the one I like the most, and the one I'm going to do for my little one, is There is No Friend Loyal as a Book, Ernest Hemingway. So there is a set of 4 in beautiful colors. So you could absolutely trim them down, put them in frames, and give that as a gift set for the holidays, a 4-piece of framed art. And the colors are so pastel and muted that it would fit for a lot of people, or they could even take it to work. You could do a memo board, you could do a clipboard. There's a lot of options with this, and this is all free. So I printed a couple. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do, and there's another gnat. Oh, praise the Lord. Every day I see a gnat lately. I just don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I'm just going to have to call my pet, because it's like every day I see a new gnat. I put out some stuff to trap them, and I don't know. I told hubby, please quit bringing fruit in just for a little bit. We went from bananas, then we went to peaches, now we went to apples, and it's like, okay, I know you need vitamin C, but please give me a break. I cannot stand a fly, I cannot stand an ant, and I cannot stand gnats. No. I don't mind a ladybug here and there, but no. So I wanted to show this. Is this not lovely? And this is all free. This makes a nice gift set if you can buy some nice frames. Hardly, you know, it's a minimal amount of money for a nice gift for someone for the holidays, or more importantly, a gift for yourself. Yes. Okay, so that is the free from One Canoe 2. All of those links will be below, but you just have to go to One Canoe 2, which is under the American Crafts umbrella. Okay, so now that was the freebie. So let's talk about something else, something that could be free for you if you're ready for that. Yes, let's get right into that. Absolutely, because you know how I love to do things. Okay, so I've been doing some purging, moving things around. So I wanted to offer a freebie today to somebody. You can put your name into this freebie and you could win it. And that is for, are you ready? This, and let's see. Here we go. And this, and this. 30 6x6 paper pads. Of course, 3 of these are 4.5 by 6.5, but I'm going to go through them. If you would be interested in that, all you'd have to do in the comment section would be somewhere in your comment, put 6x6 somewhere, so that way I know if when I draw your name that you are interested in getting them, because not everybody would. And this is just for USA only because it is 30 6x6 pads, and it is so heavy, so it has to be USA only. Of course, you have to be over 18, be a subscriber, you know that. Of course, if you weren't a subscriber, you probably wouldn't be watching this video anyways. So I want to quickly go over what is in this freebie for someone to win. How is that? Okay, so here is the Woodland Wonderland. I don't think I used a single one. This is from Paper Studio. And there is 48 sheets in that. That has some heft to it. Here is We Are Memory Keepers. This is when they were We Are Memory Keepers. I don't think I've used anything out of this either. Beautiful. Oh man, if you could just feel the weight of this paper. Glorious, glorious. That is Winter Frost. I'll do a little flip through of this. So if you're not interested in the giveaway, thank you for stopping in for the September Freeze freebie, and we will get together at the end of next month and do that as well. But hit the show more button. You'll see all the links of everything and everyone I talked about. So here's the Woodland Wonderland. That is how pretty that is. And so I'll just do a quick flip through in case you want to see what is in this freebie. If you're interested, you may already have some of these. You may want to skip it, or you may want to absolutely get your name in. I mean, beautiful colors. The quality of this paper is outstanding. So sad when they weren't We Are Memory Keepers. This is by Echo Park. This is Splash. So you're going to see a variety of manufacturers, and you're also going to see a variety of themes. So here is Basic Gray Bow Ties. This is back in the day. Do we have a year? 2012. Yeah, and I have a Simple Stories pad in here that was actually, it wasn't their first line, but it was one of their first lines that they came out with. So here's Bow Ties. Some paper pads are double-sided, some aren't. This is great for boy layouts. Or there's some, oh, rocket. We were just playing with rockets yesterday. So that is Bow Ties, Basic Gray. Then we have Simple Stories, Take a Hike. And this is a fall outdoor camping, fishing, hiking, outdoor. Yes. So there's that. And then we have My Mind's Eye, Lucky in Love. What year was this? Oh, I don't need to keep looking, do it. But I like that. 2012. Yeah, I bought a lot of stuff in 2012. Yes. So this is a paper pad too. Okay, now we have Authentique. This is called Thankful. And a lot of people are showing that Authentique is showing up a Tuesday morning. And so there is also clip art usually on the front cover of Authentique, or it's usually on the back cover, or it's usually on the back. And so then that is considered, you could cut that out for an embellishment. But I will tell you, a lot of people have been showing Authentique at Tuesday morning, and this is what I wanted to say. It's not as great deal as people think it is, because of Tuesday morning prices have jumped up. And so it's not as good deal. So I just want to say, if you're watching, if you happen to watch haul videos, which sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It depends on what mood I'm in. And I've noticed that a lot of people will just buy the stuff and they think at Tuesday morning it's a good deal. But when you really look at how much you're getting And then the price, it really isn't. This is one of the Simple Stories, one of their first line. It was called Fabulous. And it was one of their first lines they ever came out with. They have really changed their style, changed their colors. Yes, that's Simple Stories. Here's Fancy Pants when they were Fancy Pants. It's amazing if I put how many of these in a pile that are under the American Crafts umbrella. We would be surprised. But it's all good. This is like for a tea party, little girl. Very fun. This would also be good for Disney pages when you're writing the teacups. Here we have Basic Gray again. Kelly Perky, called A Second City. I was never really into these colors, so why I bought this, I don't know. Actually, I think I might have won that back in the day. And here we go, Simple Stories. Now, some of these pads are brand new, never used. Some have some papers out of them. Some, there's my friend, the Nat. And maybe I'll just call him Nat the Nat. Yeah, Nate the Nat. Anyways, so there are some papers out of this. But some of them are brand spanking new, never used. Here's another Authentique Spring. So you can see we have outdoor, Valentine's, fall, spring. We got a little bit of everything in this giveaway. Yes, I will tell you, it is a heavy, and absolutely, excuse me, I made sure that the box I had would fit, because I didn't want to say, oh, I'll send you all 30 of these to someone who wins, and then they don't fit, but they do fit. So here's Echo Park Reflections Fall, and I think there will be 2 of this in the box. Okay, so let's talk about why I'm giving away 30 6x6 paper pads. Well, first of all, I have been working on my space, and we were talking about purging earlier, and that's one of those things. I have an allocated space for 6x6 paper pads, and that space was full. So I sat there on the floor, and I thought, okay, I'm at a crossroads, I'm at a dilemma. I am not going to allocate any more space because I don't like things cluttered. So I had to go through every one of my 6x6 paper pads and get rid of some to make room for the ones I wanted. So that's sometimes what you have to do. You have to make decisions and you have to get rid of things. And so that's why I'm getting rid of these, to make room for other things. Ones I want to have room for. So here's another Authentique. This is Glistening. And so I think this is more winter. Yes, more winter. Very pretty colors. Okay, now we have, this came from Michael's Recollections. What's this? Fall. And so, oh, look at that. That's very pretty. You could build an entire fall kit with those colors right there. That's very pretty. I hope someone that would win this would enjoy, oh, look at that. That would enjoy this freebie. See, there's some that was used. So I'll just keep those right in there. This is an old company. Do you remember the company called Glitz? Boy, they had some unique things. I was sad when they went out of business. What year was this? I guess I should pause and come back. Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, this flip through got a little chatty, but that's okay. Do you remember the day when Glitz? Now that cover's barely there. Now these papers are kind of thin, but you talk about beautiful, unique designs. Very vintage. Glitz had it all going on. Yes. I was sad to see when they left. And here's another Fancy Pants. This is Wonderful Day. And I'm just going to do a quick flip through. Okay, so then Authentique, we have Renew. I think this has more to do with spring. All that the sun shines on is beautiful, so long as it is wild. Okay, 2013. And so yes, this is more spring. So there's that one. Here we have Cosmo Cricket. I told you there are some oldies but goodies in here. And so Cosmo Cricket called Upcycle. $7 for this back in the day. I wouldn't pay for that now, but this is really fun. You could do a lot of different topics with this. I have some of that in 12x12. And there's the Echo Park Fall, another one. So there's 2 for that. And then we have The Sweetest Thing, My Mind's Eye. This one is the honey version. Very, very pretty. And I want to show you a piece of paper right here. That may come in handy soon because we're going to be doing a 6x6 series. So that's why I wanted to do this giveaway now, because we are going to have a 6x6 series coming up. And so I would like for someone to get these, enjoy these, and perhaps join along in our 6x6 series. So this one is called Authentique Be Beautiful. A lot of companies use that line. And again, 2013. Here we have another one called Natural, and again, Authentique. And you can see that I really shouldn't buy Authentique papers, which this was a learning process because I don't use a lot of it. So I should not have been buying a lot of it in the past, but I did. So that's probably why I'm purging it. Okay, another basic gray. What's up? This is very unique. This wasn't well received when it came out, but it's really, the colors never go old. No, that's what I'm saying. Some of the basic gray, you have it. It still is applicable today. Fancy Pants, Memories Captured. Now, I have this line in 12 by 12, and I plan on doing some Disney pages with this. This is a nice camera page. Right there. That's a nice camera page. So, and what do we have here? Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. George Bernard Shaw. Isn't that true? So, do you ever wonder how companies can use certain quotes from certain people? Do they have to ask permission for that? I've always wondered. Okay, Teresa Collins, Sweet Afternoon. Yeah, this is definitely, you could use this for some baby pages. And then the last one, we have Authentique. This is autumn. And so I will show you this too. This is really dark autumn. Really, look at those apples there. I think those are apples. Yeah, I don't want to say apples. That's what's causing my problem right now. Apples. Okay, so that is 30. Wait, I'm not done. Wait, I have some more. Now, these 3 here aren't 6 by 6. They are 4.5 by 6.5, but I have 3 of them. 2 of them are by Paper Studio. They say cardstock. Yeah, that one is. That's cardstock. No, that is not cardstock. But this one, was a really, really popular line, die cuts with a view, and it's called Vintage Collector. And I will tell you, this was a popular line, and it sold out so quick. So a lot of people couldn't get their hands on this, but I am going to definitely put this in the giveaway because I've had these and I have played with these. This size doesn't really work for my style, so I wanted to include that. And then we have the Garment District. This is definitely a theme or color, the yellow and the grays. So that is that. And there is that wood grain I was talking about the other day. There it is. Very, very, oh, look at that one. Wow, that's pretty. Okay, so then the last one is the Blue Barn. I have this in a 12 by 12. I do not need it in this, and so that's how I made the decision to purge, because I would much rather use the 12 by 12 sheets than this. This has never even been used. I don't know if this one has been, and I know this Vintage Collector, I don't think that's ever been used either. And so I will do a quick flip through of this. And, oh my goodness, how many sheets is that? 80 sheets. How many's in this one? 80 and 80. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they're chunk. They're absolutely chunk. So I'll just do a quick flip through if I can get a handle on it. Man, that's a lot of paper. Yes. So thank you for stopping into this Spending Freeze freebie, the September edition, and come back next month at this time, and we'll do the same thing. And I hope you enjoy, I did a layout with that. I hope you enjoy this Spending Freeze freebie, especially look into that One Canoe link below. Some really, really fun things for you to print for yourself or for some gift for others. And if you are interested in this 6 by 6, 30 of these puppies. If you're interested in this, definitely put a comment below and say 6 by 6 somewhere. Let me just stack all this up. Put that somewhere in your comment. Yes. So I wanted to give something a little bit free to someone this month. Absolutely. So that's all I have for today. Come back to RTS because you never know what we're gonna do. Bye.